Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the states of New Mexico and Hawaii. This is our preview, our weekly preview, coming to you early this week, guys, for tomorrow, Wednesday, November 25th, 2020, the day before Thanksgiving. Anyway, before we begin, I do want to start off with some announcements. The last 2 Decembers, we have taken the month off here at Hemingway Land. Obviously, guys, we're always buying land, we're always selling land, but as far as the disembodied voice, researching, writing, and doing videos for listing pages, that has been something that we've taken the month off for. This year, however, is going to be a little different. We're going to have more properties coming in the next 2 weeks, December 4th and 11th, I think those Fridays are. And then we're going to take a handful of weeks off from listing new properties. The reasons, by the way, for those of you who are have an insatiable curiosity, reason number one is because we have a backlog of inventory. We're sitting on right now about 35, 40 properties that we're either waiting to come out of escrow, they're out of escrow, and we're waiting for them to be photographed. They're photographed, and I'm just trying to get around to doing a listing page. That's number one. So, I want to get some of these actually on the website before the start of the new year. Some of them we've owned since September. Number one. Number two, I will confess to you guys that this week we are listing properties 383 and 384 of the year. And it is my goal to finish the year at an even 400. So we're going to try and shoehorn another 16 listings into the next 2 weeks. Of course, there's going to be a handful in Tres Piedras and Carson and Rio Grande Estates, etc. But I've also got some big individual lots in some regions that I think you guys are going to be interested in. So anyway, point being, I'm a little proud of the fact that we have new properties for you guys all year round, and that this year we're doing 400 new properties within the year. Last year was a scooch under 300, so obviously we're spending more money, we're listing more properties, operations getting bigger and better. At least bigger, I'd like to believe better. Anyway, so that's number one. Number two, as always, do want to thank all the people who were buying land from us this past 5 days. In Cibola County, we sold land to Phoenix and to Lyle and Nicole. Thank you to them. In Socorro County, sold properties to Jason and to returning customer Jorge. And in Taos County, we sold land to Ross, and Venkata picked up the last 3/4 acre property that we have in Carson Estates. Guys, let me quickly say this. We've got a 1 acre out there in Carson. We've got a 1 1/4 acre in Carson. And I know the minute that both of those sell, I'm going to get 100 phone calls that weekend. When are you going to have more? Or do you have a 1 acre? And these things are unicorn rare. So if this is something that you're looking at, that you're vaguely interested in right now, I would encourage you to do whatever you need to do to figure out if you want to buy it or buy it sooner than later, because really these things don't last long, and when they're gone, they're gone. So anyway, I said my piece. All right, going live on the website this week, guys. Ba-boom, another lakeside property in Rio Arriba County, second week in a row. I say lakeside. It's not completely lakeside, but it's right by the lake. Right by El Vado Lake out there, we have RANM-7177. This is 10 acres for $15,000. It's actually in a subdivision called the Ranchos del Vado, which, if we bring it up on a map here, you will see. Hang on. As noted, it's very close to El Vado Lake. It's very close to Heron Lake. I am incredibly fond of this region. You guys have heard me do enough videos of this where I point out the 7 million things you could do out here. Abiquiu Lake is over here. Navajo Marina is over here. The Taos Ski Valley is over here. Telluride is up this way off the screen. Not just a seasonal property, can be used all year round. Obviously, you've got the Carson National Forest out here. Plenty of great opportunities for hunting. Plaza Blanca is down here. Georgia O'Keeffe Museum. Santa Fe and Taos are not too far away. There are too many things to do in this region. I mean, really. So a lot of great stuff out here, number one. Number two, the subdivision that we bought this in, as noted, Rancho del Vado, it's basically this area right here. It's a little kind of square, couple thousand acres of land between the Rio Chama and the Rio Nutrias over here. The property is surrounded by private land. You've got the parkland up here between the 2 lakes. You've got the 2 rivers over here. And then you've got a rancher who owns a couple thousand acres of land. The point here, guys, is whatever views you buy today, whatever scenery you're buying today, whatever peace and quiet and northern New Mexico majesty you purchase today with this land is going to remain that way for years to come. This is not an area that's going to be developed. Nobody's going to put a Walmart or a parking garage in your backyard. Additionally, this subdivision, so if we zoom in here on the map, it's basically all this, and the subject property is this one right here with the kind of odd road frontage here. Has power at the lot line. There's underground telecom lines in the region. The property has been staked and surveyed. You're not going to have to pay for a survey. You've got stakes out there. It's got well-maintained roads. It's got gated access. And you're probably thinking, that sounds like it's part of a property owners association. And yes, it is. But here's the thing, guys, and I found this surprising, which is, and by the way, 7 million photos of the lake for you to look at. The thing I found surprising is that it's actually a pretty laid-back property owners association. They have very light covenants. They have no quote-unquote architectural control committee. Their yearly dues are $100 for road maintenance, and these roads look pretty well taken care of. Additionally, they allow camping and RVing, and not like 3 days at a time and then get the hell out of here type of thing. It's they have actually commented that most of the people who became permanent homeowners out there started by using the land for camping purposes. They would camp there a couple months a year, and they, fall in love with the region. They come and build a home. So they actually encourage that amongst people who own land out there. Number one. Number two, they actually do not frown on shipping containers or tiny homes as long as they are built up to code. And my God, why wouldn't you build it up to code? So, particularly if you're spending $15,000 on a property. But the point is, you've got an organization out there that's going to protect your property values, that's going to ensure sort of quality of life out there while not being. They seem exceptionally reasonable, I have to say, compared to most property owner associations that we deal with or that we see in New Mexico. So something to keep in mind. Additionally, as we go through the photos here, you've got the nice cutout areas close to the road where you can build. There's also a higher elevation to this property. You're seeing a little bit of it here, but it plateaus up at the top, becomes kind of a mesa up at the top. So you can also build up here, and you're going to have really nice views of the surrounding mesa, the mesas, the valley, the lakes, etc. There's a lot to do and a lot to like about this region. I blathered on way too long in tonight's video about the property, but really just read through the property-specific notes on this page, and you're going to see all the great points about it. And additionally, a whole bunch of photos, drone video down here as well. This one's worth checking out, guys, very much so. And of course, even at $15,000, it's good. It's less expensive than our Abiquiu Lake property, but really, really nice. So anyway, that's number one. Also going live this week, guys, we've got another 5-acre lot out in Cibola County. This one, of course, in the Tierra Verde Ranchette subdivision, CBNM-5778D, like David. 5 acres, 4,500. Of course, I have gone on at length about these properties in too many videos at this point to count, but I will at least one more time tell you. No regs, no rules, no HOAs, no dues. That's what Tierra Verde is known for. You've got about 4,500 acres here where everybody who owns land out there does what they want, parks what they want, builds what they want, etc. The big draw, especially to people who we have sold to in the past, is that these properties sit very close to Cibola National Forest. So they're excellent sort of staging areas for hunting, hunting cabin type of thing. Additionally, if you do want to do tiny homes, yurts, shipping containers, if you just want to indiscriminately RV on land, you're going to be able to do that out there, which you can't say about a lot of properties. Now, I will confess that, let me go to the photos. I will confess that we've got a 10-acre in inventory right now that sits on the, oh, good night, nurse. What do you call it? The utility easement out there. So there's actually power at the lot line on the 10-acre property. This property does not boast that. If, however, you don't want to spend $10,500 on the 10-acre, if, however, you are not concerned about using solar, this may be the property for you. It's another one of these very affordable 5-acre lots. And this one, by the way, has more vegetation than we typically see in Tierra Verde, at least when you go this far west in the subdivision. So it's a nice lot, nice flat cutout areas, good amount of trees on it, etc. And the eastern boundary of the property is fenced. Your neighbor has fenced that off, so you're not going to have to worry exactly about where your land begins or ends over there. So that's a nice feature. Anyway, with all that said, guys, I will let you explore all these on your own. Additionally, going live this weekend, or rather photographed this week, another 3 lots in Rio Rancho. These are SNM-0019T, Tango, 19V, Victor, and 19X, X-Ray. Each of these are in Unit 4 out there by Southern Boulevard. Each of them are 2-acre lots. They, of course, are on the spreadsheet down here, 19T, V, and X. I should have you guys know we're getting into the multiple adjacent lots in this subdivision. We sold the 3-acre lot this past week. That was the biggest one that we had, 6 adjacent half-acres. But these 2 acres, it's so rare, it's so exceptional to find even something that big out there. And for these prices, $3,500 for a 2-acre lot, that's really good. Even if these are a little bit removed. Development is fast approaching, especially along Southern Boulevard. So, whether you buy both and live on them and just have more space, or if you buy them and resell them, you'll certainly make money off that. Or buy them, resell one, live on the other. A lot of opportunity here with these adjacent lots, particularly at these prices. So check them out, guys. Anyway, with all that said, hope everybody has a good holiday. Hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food, do a lot of shopping, and we will see you guys in next week's videos. We're trying really hard to get another 16 listings out the door in the next 2 weeks. So fingers crossed, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your weekend.